You mention embarrassment, and you talk about the gorilla we carry around, and embarrassment might be one of those.
I think we have no idea the effort that we put forth to try to maintain the appearance that we want to have in relation to people, and the slightest slip, whether it's somebody's opinion or the way we look in a moment, is met with our defense, which is a huge burden. And I say that the concept of having, and the expression having a monkey on your back, is certainly ponderous, but having a gorilla on your back is impossible.
You address that in the book, that we have lost the thread of appreciating originality.
Originality now is currently defined as putting a new wrinkle on an old something, rather than finding out who you really are and how you would express something. It's very difficult to get back all those steps that we've taken into really imitating what we thought would give us safety and give us love and give us appreciation and give us status. And all that imitation really has to be re-examined, because it doesn't really yield the happiness and peace that we imagine.
We maybe at one time knew more about how to survive on the planet than we do now.
Simplicity does make demands, and complexity gives options. And when there are a lot of options, it's difficult to get back to where the simplicity is. That's one of the reasons that I think travel is so important. And there are 3 teenagers from our community amongst my friends. One is in Bosnia for the summer before their senior year in high school. One is in Korea doing something similar, and one is on the way to Japan. And I think that's so enriching, because in traveling to different places, the similarities and the simplicity of people, especially to underdeveloped countries, that becomes so obvious that there is wisdom in that simplicity, and there's directness in that simplicity. And not that we can get all the way back there, but because we can't. But what we can do is not lose the value for it, and that valuation for it can help us make some decisions that we wouldn't otherwise make.
My wish, really, and in writing some of these stories, as some of these stories are really meaningful to me because they were learning processes for me. And a lot of the focus from my teacher was making it available for me to learn how to learn. He really didn't try to teach me any specifics. He taught me how to see what was in the way from me learning what was right in front of me. If I have a unique expertise, it is in doing that particular thing. In my opinion, no greater school has been or will ever be created than human life. It's so varied. Every step of personality is represented in a fairly narrow grouping of people. Externals, internals, nature, cities, money, sexuality, everything is presented to us. And it's presented to us not only in macrocosm, it's presented to us in its microcosm, in its moments. And if we can really develop the ability or uncover the ability to be present and to witness those moments, the learning process really opens up. Our job is to remove the obstacles. We don't really have to create goodness, that there is goodness. And I don't see this as a philosophy. I see this as a tangible discovery that I have made growing up in New York City and having all the equipment that goes along with that, which is basically cynicism. So having gone from that position of cynicism and thinking that basically everyone is full of shit, to knowing that everyone is full of shit, but only on the surface of things.